right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Mental Theater. We have Big Mike and Little Ant in the house, who just recently uploaded a little film review. Would you guys give a brief synopsis? We don't give it all of it away. Could you give a brief synopsis of what the review is about, please?
Yeah, the movie is called The Old Guard, and it is a sci-fi action film starring Charlize Theron. And pretty much it's cool because it's about immortals. So it's a team of immortals, and they are. Mike, why don't you add to that?
Well, I don't want to give it all, but they are immortal, as he said. So it's kind of like, following them and seeing different aspects of what it would be like to be immortal, to be able to live that long, with some twists and turns throughout the film that you don't see coming. And we reviewed it, so we won't give up too much away, but it's on our Big Mike and Little Ant channel right now.
Absolutely, and there is a link in the description below.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And speaking of, let's say, immortals, did anyone see the new Mutants trailer yet?
No, they got a newer one?
Well, yes, and here it is, right here.
Nice.
You mutants are dangerous. You're not going anywhere. This place takes your greatest fear and makes you live through it. Roberto? Sam? Ileana? Danny? Rain?
We can get out of this together.
This place is designed to keep us inside.
He's right. It's magic.
So am I.
That was so hot.
The New Mutants, rated PG-13. And on July 23rd, don't miss the New Mutants panel at Comic-Con at home.
Well, Tony had to, I guess, bounce. But did you ever see this, Mike?
I hadn't seen the trailer. I heard about it, so thank you for playing it for me. And I thought the actual trailer, I think the trailers are getting better and better that they're putting out. And it's interesting with the Comic-Con at home panel they're doing too. So I wonder what they're going to talk about. Hopefully not another postponement of the release date, but I guess, we shall see on that regard. But no, the trailer is phenomenal, I think. So
absolutely. And apparently the release date is still for August.
Yeah.
So I think that's should be still on pace. In addition to Marvel skipping Comic-Con this year, and they're going to have their own, let's say, E3 type of reveal.
There he is. He's back.
Yeah, I just wanted to switch my camera. I didn't realize that I didn't have my camera plugged in. So I was like, oh wait. Oh, I had the laptop camera plugged in, but I didn't have my
Gotcha. Did you watch the trailer? You see it? Or no?
Yeah, I seen. Yeah, it was still playing as I unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Blah blah blah.
So what do you think?
I mean, I wanted to see it even before that, So I feel like 2020 had some dark looking superhero movies, and I'm kind of old school, so I'm used to stuff being like with less comedy. So over the years, they added a lot of comedy, which works. But this stuff, I'm sure they can have a little bit of comedy, but I like just the dark looking theme of like Morbius, New Mutant, like the newer movies, upcoming movies.
Yeah, even Venom's a little darker too. There's not much comedy in Venom either. If you look at that, so yeah, I agree with that.
They got a trailer for Venom now?
No, I was just saying that Venom 2 is supposed to come out this year as well. Was supposed to. I don't know when it's coming out now, but was supposed to. So.
Yeah,
we have a trailer coming out soon. So.
Probably with Black Widow, probably around that time.
Yeah. If it comes out, we'll see. We're crossing our fingers here. So.
Right. By the way,
if it comes out, Mike, are you gonna go see it?
Which one?
Well, any of them. But what's cool is you said you live down the street from the theater, so you could go whenever you want.
Yeah. I
across the street from the theater.
Yeah. Josh has seen it. Yeah, literally. So I can go whenever I want.
Big Mike shared this. Look who also went to the theater and look what they were seeing.
Yes. I was saying that I feel like everybody's. It's funny because I remember when we first wanted to watch it, that Tony didn't was like, kind of like,
Dating a little bit.
half and half about the older movie. But I'm looking at it, everybody's watching this now.
Right.
Stuckman reviewed it. Like I don't know what it is about this movie, but everybody's watching it. I don't know why.
So did we start the trend?
I think we did. We were the first ones. To be honest with you, serious.
Interesting. Okay.
Good choice, Josh.
Yeah, it was a good choice.
Hey, it was on Miguel's top franchises of all time. So there you go.
It was. I think something about that movie. It holds up. I don't care how many years pass for some reason.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
And I think it's like a feel good movie. People feel good after they watch it for some reason. So I think it's one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, number 3 always drops off, but 1 and 2, I can watch those back to back. I think every day of my life, if I'm being completely honest. It's
Josh. They're watching those now. Would it go higher in your trilogies list or no? After you just recently watched it.
I mean, I'll put it par on par with Jurassic Park, especially because of the creators.
Okay.
So I think. Yeah, I put it there, but because of my love for fantasy, I don't think anything's going to outrank Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Of course.
To be honest.
The thing with Harry Potter, they were good, but they still was kind of like, I feel like they try to make it geared towards kids a little bit and teenagers and everybody. But Lords of the Ring, man, that's no nonsense right there. That's just strict, What's going on, Chloé?
Hey guys.
Hi. You got Go ahead, Josh.
What you say?
No, I was just curious if but yeah, what up, Chloé? I was just curious if Mike is ever going to get around to the Shire in Lord of the Rings. That's all.
Yes, Mike will get around to it.
But as you can see, guys, I had to take a little time away. I'm reporting to you live from Wakanda.
See that? Yeah.
I noticed that. Nice background, though. I'll give you that. So.
No, he's really there.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys knew I'm part Wakandan.
Yeah.
I actually looked that up, so I didn't know that. Mike didn't know it. But.
Yeah, and Chloé, for whatever reason, still considers it Wakandian, and that's a different nation altogether.
I tell you what, the scenery is better than the movie was. So.
Yeesh. Oh, speaking of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what do you guys think about this? I'm actually curious to see what Tony thinks about this. The What If animated series coming to Disney Plus.
I am in love with that. There's so many good What If comic books. I know they don't, they're not canon at all, so people have to go into it just, loving what they see. But I think it's going to be great.
Big Mike?
I'm excited about it too. Since the What If is supposed to be, I guess, like animated, I'm surprised they didn't put that out already. I think Disney Plus really drops the ball with their new content. Like that's something they should be able to try to get done. But I'm still excited about it because it's What If based off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I think that's pretty dope.
Absolutely.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know that. So it is What If based off the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with the comic
each
book?
movie is going to be each episode is going to be based upon each Marvel movie that's been out already, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, that is brilliant. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, it is. So it's like, what if? I think it's like, what if Peggy took the serum instead of Captain America's one of them, or something like that. And
do you know how long they're supposed to be? What's the length of a episode?
Well, hopefully it's not Mandalorian length. No, I'm joking. But I think it should be like.
I think it might be actually, Mike, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a half hour, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, I can see that. Half hour.
Yeah.
So. Could I just take this time to get on myself a little bit before any of y'all get to it? Chloé, I apologize. I didn't watch all of The Mandalorian. I started off really hot, watched 3 in one day, and we had a lot of renovations happening in our house. We was just going to do our bathroom floor and then gutted the whole bathroom. It was a nightmare. I had so much going on in my house, and I never got back to The Mandalorian. So, and I know I said that I will watch it by then, but yeah.
I think she froze, so I'll jump in and I'll say that. Who didn't see that? Who didn't see that coming? I should have made a bet.
So that's not fair though, because think about it. I watched 3 in one day. I was gonna watch 4, but my daughter left. So just think about it. I was hot, but then I had no clue my bathroom was gonna have to be gutted, and we was gonna have to have people in and out the house the whole time. And man, I didn't see that coming. And plus, go ahead.
Josh, if you don't mind. Well, since you're here in this mental theater, what are your thoughts on the first 3 episodes?
I was into it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it had a non-Star Wars feel to it, which was it had its own little feeling, which was kind of cool. Like the main character. So I didn't know much, even though I listened to you guys. But the main character, whenever I seen pictures or trailers, I never heard him speak. So I thought he didn't speak at all, you know?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when he had a voice, I was like, oh, and he reminded me of like a young Clint Eastwood or something. Like he was like real short to what he was saying, everything he said, but he was like stern. He had all this confidence. He was like he was cocky. I liked his personality. I thought he had I thought his character was different than I seen of a character in Star Wars.
Yeah, it was made to be like a sci-fi western kind of. So that's why
like I said, Clint Eastwood. I had that feeling, like, yeah.
Any other thoughts on the Baby Yoda stuff like that yet? Or
no, I thought it was cool. I thought the whole thing was. I mean, I heard so much about that. But I did when we started watching it. My daughter was like the kid. I was like, no, it's the child, because I was watching your thing. And then they said the kid. So they say the kid. They say the child both. I was like, oh, okay. I guess they call him the kid. Sometimes they call him the child. No, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought I like where it's going. It definitely want to see what's going to happen, because I don't know what happened at the end. So I'm like into like, oh man, where is this going? So it's kind of cool. And I what you guys are saying, it give you a feeling of like, I can see Star Wars, like Josh always bring up, simulating the MCU. Like you feel like it's his own little MCU.
Yeah.
By the way, that's actually the next agenda topic. So I'm very excited about this. But apparently, George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni, under the tutelage of Kevin Feige, will be coming up with Star Wars content for the next 10 plus years. So I think this will be the dream team of Star Wars going forward. I can't wait.
Makes sense.
I'm excited about it. I mean, they all have a good track record with Star Wars. Filoni did the Clone Wars, even though I didn't watch it, but it's very popular. And then Favreau took over Mandalorian. And of course, Lucas is, the godfather of it all. So I think that team should be able to make some special stuff happen right now. And the technology that Favreau has started, with the Mandalorian, it's kind of game changer, especially with like the virus right now, because you can make your own worlds without being, outside and stuff like that. Yeah. When you finish watching the series, Tony, make sure you go back and watch the documentary. You see what I'm talking about. Right. But it's just so interesting what it can do. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Absolutely.
I just want to make sure if Chloe heard me admit.
What episode?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said it before you got to it, but I didn't fully watch The Mandalorian. So I know I thought I was, but I had a lot of stuff happen this week. We had our bathroom. We were supposed to get the floor done. And it turned out that the whole bathroom needed to be gutted. So had a lot going on in my life. So just want to, before you jump on me and say, did you watch it? Because you said you was.
What episode did you get up to?
The third one. I watched 1, 2, and 3.
So that's 90 minminutes.
We were just banging them out, though. To be honest, if my daughter didn't have to leave that day, I don't know. We could have watched the whole thing. We was,
Yeah, of course you could have.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Now, okay. Since you watched that already, Tony. So I guess my gripe it's a little bit stronger because I'm anticipating watching it once every week. So I only get that one short episode for once a week. So I think that's why what made me a little bit more upset. If I was watching like binge watching, you know what I mean, it would have been different for me.
Well, yeah, I think I could side with you. After watching it, I do get it, but I feel to give them credit, they pull off a lot in this little short episode. Like you almost feel like that little episode was a longer episode because they cover so much. Like that might be the wave of the future, man. If you could, I feel like you watch certain shows that's an hour long. There's so much like, oh, come on. Like sometimes half of the episode is like boring stuff. Them driving somewhere, some dialogue has nothing to do with nothing, but they streamline this because it was so short. So that episode you get is going to be, a good episode. Again, I only seen the first 3, so.
Yeah, I think it's different. Like I said, binge watching and watch, because at home you got your popcorn ready. The episode done before you finish your bag of popcorn. Right. But if you were like binge watching it, it's a little bit different.
And you know what, too? I may feel that way because I did watch 1, 2, 3, right?
Right.
But maybe if I only watched 1, I'd have been like, man, that was real short. So
yeah, like what am I gonna do now? All right, I was over with. It's got a little bit. So.
Right. But the last thing I'll say though, the best thing about a show is whether it's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. If it makes you say, "What am I gonna do now?" because you want more, they did their job.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so when is the next season coming out?
Supposed to come out November on Disney Plus. It's already done now. So look, but keep in mind, Chloe, when it comes out, it's going to be episodic, not going to be binge watching. So just make sure you understand that.
What?
It'll be like it's once a week. Yeah. So
that means I'm not going to watch it until like January. That's how I feel about the boys. I can't wait to talk about that show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for Josh on that one, so we'll finish that.
It'll be even better because the episode we do is going to be right before season 2 starts. So just thinking about it as a content creator, all the way.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense.
It does. I'm excited about it.
Channeling my inner Kevin Feige here, Also,
I might watch it again before that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it again as well, or at least Mandalorian again as well.
Yeah, man.
But guys, what did you think about the possibility of the Kenobi series having Hayden Christensen reprising his role as Darth Vader and Anakin?
That'd be kind of cool, actually, because what's cool is you always hope, if the hope is the character you're familiar with, if they make a series or add something else, you're fortunate if you could still get the actor, but you never can. So if they could do that, man, that's pretty cool.
Well, he ain't doing nothing else. So they should be able to get
him. He ain't got nothing else to do. So
so they definitely should be able to get him. But I think it would be dope to have him, because he was he came for what was the last one we watched, Josh? The Rise of Skywalker or whatever. He was I think he reprised his role for the end of that part or something like that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we got to bring it up. So apparently J.J. Abrams is going to have a JJ cut similar to the Snyder cut of Rise of Skywalker. And this is one of the ways that the new Bob Chapek, is relaunching Star Wars. So apparently J.J. Abrams is going to have a 4-hour version of Rise of Skywalker on Disney Plus in 2023, which is going to be interesting.
That's very interesting. I'm excited about that. You know how much I didn't like that movie. So I'm very, very excited about that one.
It was awesome.
That should be dope.
And to be fair to JJ, he got like 25% of it. After his 25% already done, he reconfigured it for the theatrical release. But this is going to be his entire creative vision for it, based upon what was used already. So
I'm sure that they after Warner Brothers got the backlash and put out the Snyder cut, they said, we should try this too. And this is kind of the advantage of having streaming networks. So Warner Brothers with HBO Max, and then Disney with Disney Plus, you can put these new cuts on the networks and stuff like that, and try to get new subscribers. So I think it's pretty smart.
Absolutely. And actually, I had a question because I was curious if anyone recognized this scene here and what it meant to them.
Stargate, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What'd you think about that series, Tony?
I thought. Well, I watched the movies, but I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I like futuristic stuff. So I mean, they took like future and did their own little thing with the portals and stuff. So what are they redoing it or something?
They actually are. So they're in works of relaunching it. And one of my favorite inceptions of it was what got Jason Momoa his start in acting, which was Stargate Atlantis.
Oh wow! And then he became Aquaman.
Yeah.
Funny, huh?
Well, he did other things before that, but yes, eventually.
No. I mean, because it was Atlantis, and he ended up being Aquaman. So it's like funny that wow.
Oh yeah, full exactly. It was like he was born to play the role, right?
Yeah, it was like he was born to deal with water.
Yeah, he's bearing water wherever he goes, I guess.
Yeah, I actually never, Tony, watched Stargate, so that might be something I got to go on my list.
Oh, Miguel, I think you would enjoy it a lot. Even if you start with the film as well, that film is quality. And then the SG-1 to Stargate Atlantis, I think you might enjoy it a lot, actually.
Okay, I'll put it on my list. Start with the film.
Yeah, that their portal is like synonymous with Stargate. Like as soon as he showed it, Stargate. Like
right. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Absolutely. And then is there anything else that we might have missed that you guys want to talk about?
Well, let me ask you guys this. So what's going on with the movie theaters? Because remember, Mike, you said we'll talk about it on here.
Oh, right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
I was about to say, you got a little question up there about theaters closed till 2021 or something.
That's right. Thank you. All right. So yes. So according to JC, apparently the theaters are going to be closed until mid 2021, which basically means the summer, like a year from now. They won't be open until the summer of 2021.
Every theater or just AMC and Regal, the big ones?
Everyone.
I wonder because again, like I said, I went to the movies a couple weeks ago in Delaware. And the way they had
Delaware.
Say that again, Chloe.
Delaware's a hot spot now.
It is now, yeah. Well, it's on New Jersey's list.
Like they're on the ban list, right?
Yeah, they are.
Quarantine?
So it sounds like she's saying you need to get yourself
probably because of those movie theaters.
I went, like I said, weeks ago.
No, I'm
but not for nothing. Everything all the precautions they did in Delaware is the same stuff we're doing here. They just had more things open, but you had to do everything you had to hear. You had to wear your mask, you had to do your 6 feet. Like it literally, I feel like Delaware showed me that we can open other things. Like you go to Walmart or we went to Modell's yesterday because they got Modell's going out of business, so I had to sell. And like you still had to get your 6 feet. Like that's all Delaware did was the same thing.
What did you buy with the sale?
Actually, man, you know what's crazy? So we was going to Walmart to get more stuff for the house. And Sandy was like, look, Modell's going out of business. They got up to 50%. So she said, let's go. We walked in, ended up buying 2 pairs of sneakers. I bought some workout gloves. I bought a thermos for my job. So I want to put the cans of I could at least put 2 cans of sodas in there. Because at my job, the kitchen is blocked off because of Corona. So you can't go into the kitchen. So I never have nothing to drink. I have to always wait till lunch. So I actually went in there and spent over $100. And mind you, I wasn't going to spend nothing because I didn't even know, I was just going to Walmart, but this right next door. So I took advantage of it. And then my wife, she bought a bunch of stuff and then went and picked up her daughter and went back so she could buy some sneakers for her daughter. Yeah.
So, well, that's pretty dope. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. I'll let somebody know about that sale. But so to answer your question, Tony, that you asked a few minutes ago, right. I don't think it means literally every theater because you'll have a spot like Delaware who'll have a small theater who may open in other states. But I think they mean that like the big ones won't open, which means this big studio, the studio films won't come out.
Right. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
So I think that's what they mean by that. Or you might get theaters showing old stuff. I think there's one still showing Bad Boys 3 from January somewhere, around or whatnot. But you won't get like the newer and the studio films, which sucks for the studios because they have so much money invested in those films. So if they can't come out, it's killing them and whatnot.
Right.
Well, they'll probably do them in drive-ins.
It's just not enough. It's not enough drive-ins right now, and it's not enough money for them to make.
Yeah, that is true.
They'll probably just make them. You know how easy it is to make a drive-in? You just need a screen in the field.
I mean, that's true.
And this was I was saying, but I was outranked by the elder statesmen here.
I think there's more logistics, like permits. Like Anthony said, where is it going to be located at? Can people see the theater from the highway?
Right, yeah, it gotta be at least a mile away from a road, so it has to be kind of.
I live in Millstone, and all we have is farmland, so I'm pretty sure that people will be willing to rent out their farmland to have drive-in.
Yeah, I can see that.
Honestly, I think that that's what's going to be the new thing, and people don't want to be in a movie theater. Like, I'm not going in anybody's movie theater, even if when they open up next year, I'm not going.
Yeah, you know what though, Chloé?
Walking on me, touching on my seats, like they would have to really go in there and wipe down everything after each movie, which they're not going to do. The movie theater is dirty anyway, most of the time. See the floor.
No, the reason why I disagree with you, Chloé, is because I went to Great Adventures, and I think you did too. And Great Adventures never sanitize rides, right? Never ever, but they do now. So think about it. Businesses will put things in place to make money. That's my whole thing with America. We love money too much that we're not going to shut down everything like we should. So when I went to Great Adventures, I'm like, dude, after every 3 rides, they sanitize the whole ride.
That's 3 opportunities to catch the COVID.
Say that again?
You said after every 3?
Yeah. No, I mean, I personally think they should have sanitized it after every go. But again, exactly. but they. So what I'm saying is, Great Adventures never. You saying the movie theater's not going to do that? They will do that to make money because Great Adventures never did that, and they did that to make money.
What I'm saying is, the movie theater is a disgusting place. Period.
I understand that because you got little kids, you got people who don't care, people just throw stuff around.
I'm a teacher. Kids, just the fact that kids are allowed in there without supervision is dirty. You eat food, and then on top of that, you're eating food. So they would have to get rid of concessions because you'll touch something and then put your hand in your mouth, and that's the quickest way to spread stuff. And the movie theater, look. I'm not going to look. If y'all want to be, risk takers and go, I would definitely spend extra money. I would spend a premium to go to a drive-in because I'm in my own car. I
mean, the funny thing is the drive-in is cheaper than the movie theaters, actually.
Well, maybe now, next summer, it's not going to be.
Oh, well.
The more and more that's going to be, did you see how much the mask cost? All of a sudden, I went to the mall yesterday. And they have masks everywhere for $20.
What?
90-cent mask selling for $20. Yeah, Forever 21 has masks. What's that? Claire's has masks.
Yeah, but that's like when you go to McDonald's and then go to McDonald's in the mall. McDonald's in the mall is always more expensive, So if
and Chloé, I was with you, but then you said you went to the mall. So I don't know how much the mall is more clean than the movie theater.
And what do you mean? You're not eating at the mall? You don't even have to touch anything. You put your mask on. There was nobody around. Actually, when I went into Forever 21, there was a bouncer at the door. That's what I'm going to call him because he was at the door ensuring there was a certain amount of people. He had a mask on and the hand sanitizer, they won't even let you touch it. You get someone to do it for you.
But Chloé, just like Great Adventures, the movie theater obviously Great Adventures, they don't let all the rides fill up. They have to space you. So when your group can't sit next to somebody who wasn't in your group. So they'll do the same thing in the movie theater. They'll have somebody standing there.
Outside.
Huh?
It's not inside. I said Great Adventures is outside.
It doesn't matter.
Well, no, hold on, Tony. What if the movie theater had the same protocols as the Forever 21? A bouncer at the door. They want to touch hand. They give you hand sanitizer and all the other stuff. They can literally make the same protocols.
They can. They do the same thing.
They're taking over the jobs. You really think that someone's going to choose that? As a corporation, if I'm AMC, I'm going to pay extra money for extra employees to sanitize when I could just put up a screen and have people park.
No, but you don't want to get it. So AMC has way more movie theaters that they can make money on versus having one theater, one drive-in in each state. You know, like AMC is not. And so let's say in New Jersey, AMC probably got, I don't know, 100 theaters. They're not going to put up 100 drive-ins, but they can make that. They can make more money by just hiring somebody to stand as a bouncer, squirt a little thing in your hand, and make sure they clean down the theater before. They're supposed to clean the theater anyway, but sweep and all that. Now they can make sure somebody do like Great Adventures. I watched. You went to Great Adventures. They cleaned down every.
Sorry. Let me
okay, well, I went to Great Adventures and the Safari, and the Great Adventures, like I was like, wow, they actually clean. They said, hey guys, put on the microphone. We're gonna clean the rides right now. You have to wait.
That's gonna be Chloe in the theaters if she ever
exactly
goes.
Right.
Seriously, like when I get on the plane, I will have a whole hazmat suit on because I'm going to fly somewhere.
Oh, by the way, this is the.
You literally are contradicting yourself. You like, I went to the mall and I'm going to fly somewhere, but I want to go to the movies. Like,
it's the thing of going to Walmart. How is that any different? I'm a rich.
Apparently, this is the airplane. This is the airplane prototype for the I guess the suit to wear on the airplane.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm definitely gonna wear that.
Is that for real?
Apparently.
Oh wow.
My cousin just flew to Virginia from LA, and she had on a hazmat suit and her mask and everything and the shield. Like yeah, I would wear that on the plane.
But there's people that's flying now not doing all that. Look at Fresh Banks, right? He's flying all the time.
I mean, he's a different story. But
living his best life right now, I guess. But
yeah, but
I'm a little more cautious.
In comparison, Chloe, there's more space in a theater than there is on a plane. You could spread out further.
Right.
But what? When I'm on a plane, I'm actually going to a destination. Not to. If I get the COVID, I'm not going to get the COVID at my local AMC.
Okay.
Intentionally. No. But what I was trying to say at first, Chloe, is that for as many people who won't go to the theater, there's a lot of people who will go to the theater. Is what I'm saying. Like they're going to make their money. They're going to make some money, especially if they're not filling to capacity. So if they open up.
They're going to have waivers because if I caught the COVID at AMC, I'm suing.
Well, here's what they will probably do. When I went to Delaware and I went to restaurants, they actually had, when I walked, like I went to one restaurant, first of all, they did check my temperature, put the thing by my forehead. It showed what my temperature was. Then they actually had us fill out a forms asking us, in the last 2 weeks, were you on an airplane? In the last 2 weeks, was you around somebody who had COVID? So you actually had to fill out some stuff, acknowledging that you didn't have it. And again, that's why me and Mike talk about on our show, contact tracers. That's what they have those jobs for. So if you did fill out something here, then you end up having it, they could link it together and find out, who you possibly was around or came in contact with, or even if you were lying when you filled out your form.
I'm definitely down to wear that plastic suit if I go to like.
Yeah, this is high fashion, Chloe. This is what the people cooking up in the lab for high fashion. This is a fashion.
Look, they working it too.
I'm all for it, and it could be clear so you can still see the fit. Yeah.
God. So just to come
Mike,
full circle. Huh?
You gonna go to the movie theater?
Well, again, I live close, like Tony was saying before when you were gone a little bit. So I'll go when no one's there.
Yeah.
And I'll feel a little bit better about that. And I can, all right, sanitizing the chair is literally wiping it down with a Clorox wipe. I'll bring my own Clorox wipe, literally, and I can wear my own mask while I'm in there. And I won't eat or drink because I live around the corner. I'll go back home and drink something. So I'm fine with that, honestly. So.
What you gonna do if somebody sneezes in a row behind you?
Nobody's gonna be behind me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I can plan this.
Yeah, he's saying he's gonna go at an odd time where barely anybody's there, so he could literally sit way away from anybody.
Did you guys see the renderings of like when someone sneezes in the air and the COVID's like in the air? Have you seen that video?
Stop. First of all, COVID comes from a cough, not a sneeze.
It comes from talking. Droplets of saliva.
No, it comes out of your throat. The COVID is in your throat. It's respiratory.
Before we go down a COVID rabbit hole, hold on.
COVID is everywhere.
All right, listen. Even now, before the COVID happened, there's plenty of times I go to the theater where no one's in my theater. So I'm feeling pretty fine about it. And I have an unlimited pass. So if I walk in and see somebody, I walk out and go to the next show. So it's not really affecting me in any type of way.
Yeah, his thing is foolproof. It really is.
Yeah.
But you answered the question. What happens if someone sneezes? I say you didn't answer the question though. What happens if someone sneezes or coughs?
Again, if I feel that bad, I will walk out and go to the next show. I have an unlimited pass. Are you
going to wear a mask in there?
Yes, I will make it wear a mask the whole time when I'm in there.
I don't think.
Oh, you ain't eating your snacks.
I'm not eating snacks, but I'm far. Hold on, Sonny. I'm far, and I will be far enough. Like, say if they're on the top row, I'll sit in the bottom row. Even that sneeze won't get
down, Mike.
It's not.
That's what she's not getting. She's not getting that the movie theater holds about what? How many hundreds of people? And so Mike literally could, if somebody's up here on row 8, Mike could sit at row 5. Their sneeze or cough isn't getting all them rows.
Well, let me say this: if you're gonna go, make sure you're in the back. Because if someone's above you, because you know it's an incline.
I'll do that too. Well, I'll take for the advice.
You're gonna cough down.
But listen, it's a reason why they have 6 feet for everybody. So I'm guaranteed to be 6 feet away from people when I go. There's no way out of it.
But before we get away from the movie theater thing, what I want to bring up, Mike, because we didn't get to it. So are you saying that Unhinged, right, is not going to come out in the movie theaters July 31st? Because I think that's what you said. But we just bringing it up, putting it on wax.
I don't think it'll be out by July 31st. I should have waited before I brought that out, but I don't think it'll be out by July 31st.
Because you got on me when you screenshotted my words and everything. I think it will be in the theater. You like another dumb thing Tony said. So let's see how, if you know, because I'm on Regal app right now, and Regal won't
be open, bro. No, so Regal won't be open.
But listen, if Regal still got it up, that theater that I went to in Delaware, they probably gonna have that movie playing on 31st.
Well, you'll let me know, but we'll see.
I'm not driving all the way to Delaware to movies, but I'm
sure you can look it up. So you'll let me know.
Yeah.
Get back for 14 days.
Yeah, right. But no, I think when you come back, then you gotta quarantine yourself at home for 14 days.
But here's what I think, Josh, just to bring it back full circle. If they at some point, and me and Jazz talked about it at the barbershop, it's like any other hustler mentality. If you got a product that you're sitting on and you got no way to get rid of it, you got to do it the best way possible. So whether it's streaming, whether it's drive-thrus, at some point you just can't hold on to the product. You got to get rid of it. So if it's not going to come out till next year, they might have to stream a lot of these movies, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. What if you, I guess you up front paid all this money to make the movie, but if you know, if you just wait for a year, you can make more money, right? If the theater's open, I guess that, wouldn't you just rather wait?
Well, there's 2 things. One, you don't know, right? So that's the problem. Because next year can come and you'll be like, oh, the case is still crazy. And now you're still holding on to this product. You got to get what you can, even though you might not get what you paid for it. And secondly, the other thing is that, what do I say? One is the, you don't know. I'll come back to that. I forget what I was going to say. It'll come back to me. So.
But just to tag on to your point there, Mike, as I'm just surprised by the question, Tony Stark Jr., considering how much of a fan of the MCU you are. A lot of these productions are all related. So if you push one back, then you got to push all of them back.
That's their problem. And that might be something they might think about later on because of the situation. Now, like, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier, which we could talk about too, just got pushed back. It was supposed to come out in August. And nobody knows why. But I think part of it might be because it was connected to Black Widow, maybe. So it's like, you know what I mean? You got to push one back, push all of them back. So.
Well, when is Black Widow coming out now?
Right.
Do we know?
November, beginning of November.
I don't even know. the reasons for people pushing things back is obviously because the movie theaters can't really open, so they can't make as much money. But I feel like the COVID, and again, if anybody's seen the recent Sandy and Anthony show, I changed my stance. I don't see it going away anytime soon, man. So I don't know.
I think something Chloé said earlier is why the theaters won't open. I think they're scared of the liability. And if you got that many people going, they're scared of that many possible lawsuits and stuff like that. So I think that's part of the reason why they won't open. Same thing with gyms and things of that nature. So
I think they should just have a waiver, though. I mean, I think we all know the COVID is worldwide. And if we go where people are, we could possibly catch it. So it's kind of, as a business, it would be like, wow, you guys knowingly walking into the gym and you're going to knowingly get on the treadmill where somebody was just on. Like, I don't know. I feel like we got to take some responsibility and accountability with the COVID, because we're going to Walmart every day. I just went to Modell's. Well, I'm going to get mad and sue Modell's because I went and bought two pairs of sneakers. Like, is it their fault?
No, I agree with you. I think that's what the theaters are thinking about. And of course, the governor's thinking, if I allow that many people to go into something, then maybe the numbers will increase or whatever it is. Or whatnot. Yeah, and what I'm going to say is that the movie theater, especially the bigger chains, the issue with them is that, kind of like the MCU, they're all tied to each other. So we can't say like AMC can open up in whatever state and put out Tenet if Jersey can't. Tenet, it got to come out at the same time. So that's the problem with the movie theaters. It's like really nationwide.
So my thoughts are, if they are going to open it up, it's going to be, I mean, if I was AMC, I would open it up at like a quarter capacity, especially since most of the movie theaters, you have assigned seating now. Yeah. And I would only have certain rows available. And then on top of that, they can actually release the movies online at the same time as they release them in theaters. So yeah, you're not going to get a maximum amount of people going to the theaters to see it at the same time. However, if you're streaming it online and charging a premium price for like, maybe Disney Plus or whatever has like a $20 add-on for a movie. So you can jack up the price that way and then have, quarter capacity and then do it at the same time. And then with the drive-in theaters too, like they're going to make their money.
Oh yeah.
They're going to make their money.
Oh yeah. That was my second point, Tony. It came back to me now.
Before, like I don't think it's ever going to be until the vaccine comes out.
Because you said why wouldn't they hold on to it until they can come out? The theaters can't last that long is the problem. So
the theaters, right? The theaters,
right? So they can't last a whole year with zero. What business can a whole year with zero income coming in and whatnot? So they got to put it out some type of way or something, like Chloé just said, to make something better than nothing and whatnot. So it's just what it is. Yeah.
And then also to Chloé's point, I think the reverse effect is, so Disney has Disney Plus, right? But not every movie studio has a streaming platform. So they got to lose money by partnering with somebody to put their movie on streaming.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, unless AMC comes out with like, say AMC does a merger with Amazon Prime or something, and then they just stream there. Like, there's so many opportunities. Like, it's gonna be some innovation. Like, we're in a capitalistic society, so things are gonna get sold.
I agree.
Yeah.
Regardless of COVID.
Waiting for them to pull it off, though.
Hey, so Josh, would you go to the movies?
Wait, say that again?
Would you go to the movies?
Would I risk it all for Tenet? Possibly. For Tenet,
what if it was content?
I mean, like you guys said, it's literally going to be impossible, and it's going to be illegal for the theater to be at full capacity.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, there's going to be a lot of people who are quite, let's say, fastidious, like a couple people in this live stream here who aren't going to, not live stream, this recording here, who aren't going to take the chance.
Yeah.
And it's the same concept with people getting on a plane. I mean, some people won't even leave the state. You know what I mean? So it really depends on what you're risking it for. It has to be a calculated risk, just like getting into the water with sharks. It's calculated risk.
Yeah, I agree. I was telling someone that, like, you know, if you are going to go to certain restaurants, that if you want to go out, unfortunately, they might not be the best ones, but you should make it a chain restaurant, because they'll be the ones to follow the legal protocols, where like one who's not will be trying to sneak people in because they don't worry about the lawsuits as much and stuff like that. So I think that, you know, it's more strategic you got to be than anything else.
Wait, so are you saying you got to risk it all for a $1 McDonald's sandwich rather than going to like...
I'm saying risk it all for Fridays or Olive Garden rather than going to some, you know, one-off nice Italian restaurant that you may like. Yeah, because the chain is going to have all types of protocols in place that they have to follow, because they're more worried because they'll lose so much because they have so many different chains.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's a good perspective.
Yeah. I'll talk about that more on the Big Mike and Little Ant show on where Mike has been, actually. So
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Where you been, Mike? We here now. Where you been?
He'll talk about it on Big Mike Little Ant. Next episode.
You can't give it all away, Chloe. You gotta build up some anticipation. And by the way, the link is in the video description.
We're gonna do that show today, though, so it'll be out pretty soon. So.
Well, I'll tell y'all where I've been.
All right, we're listening. Oh, you went to what was that, a little creek area or something like that? You were canoeing?
No, I went to Mama's Mall yesterday with my ex-roomie, Naima, and her daughter. And the food court was interesting because there were, you know, I'm not eating at the food court, but there were like restaurants, but all the seating was blocked off.
Wait, all the seating?
All the seating. You can't sit. You have to get takeout.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got you. I was like, how does that make sense? Or whatever. All right.
Yeah. And then most of the stores were open, but it was empty. Like the mall was pretty empty, which was cool. Like people were not on top of you. Like my rule of thumb is I don't go into any store that has a line outside.
Well, no, that's not bad, because like when I went to Delaware, I forgot which store. It was Bed Bath & Beyond. One of them stores had a line around the corner. But think about it. No, a line is good, meaning they're not allowing so many people to go in. So you're fine, because they're stopping people at the door saying, "Oh, well, wait, okay, we got enough." You know, so a line isn't bad, unless they're just letting everybody go in. But nobody's doing it. I look at it as a line is that's how many people are definitely going to be in that store. No, like my outlet today. And she said Nike was ridiculous. She was online at Nike for 45 minutes. That's because they're not letting everybody go in at the same time. And then there was a line inside the store. So it's like, once you stand in line for 45 minutes, you're going to want to shop around. And then you're going to have to stand in another line. So that like increases your risk because you're in there longer. Like literally Forever 21, we walked in, we did one loop. It was like maybe 10 people in the store, and then we bounced. And then they had like arrows and stuff. But
that sounds like the theme park. What's wrong with Amazon Prime? I mean, come on.
You can't try the things on.
You shouldn't be trying them on anyway.
I know. Like, if you're a person that's afraid of this and that, if you put what? I'm done.
Wait, so
you can't get sick unless you touch your face or you're eating.
Do you know how often we touch our face?
I don't touch my face. I'm a teacher. I don't touch my face.
Right.
Wait.
I have my hand sanitizer. Every time I touch something, I put hand sanitizer on, have my mask on, and I have like, you know, my stuff. I wipe things down. I have
You're literally saying things that's okay to go to the theater. Like I don't understand. Like
you're sitting in a space that's closed in. It's not like you're walking around. You're literally sitting in a box.
Listen, forever, the store Forever 21 is probably 100 times smaller, a smaller box than a theater.
No, it's not. Not one single theater. Are you serious?
What? When's the last time you been to a movie? What movie theater you been to?
I go to the dine-in theater, and it's like I go to a whole bunch of movies.
A movie theater?
But Forever 21 is in a movie theater. When the last time you been to Forever 21?
I mean, I've been to Modell's yesterday. It's aisles that you got to walk down and stuff. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is sitting in a movie for 3 hours straight, eating popcorn, and then there's a group of people sitting in that room with you, and you don't know where they've been, and you're breathing in the same air, versus you just walking through a place.
With more foot traffic and more different, germs.
But it's like I'm worried about it lingering in the air. Like I'm not gonna touch something.
So how many Forever 21s can fit in this space? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That's definitely the size of a Forever 21, but you're not sitting there for 3 hours in Forever 21.
You probably could put 4 Forever 21s in there.
You don't even know. You can't. It's one. And you can't.
The ones in the mall. The stores in the mall aren't that huge.
But look at this theater, Chloe. If someone can sit, they could all spread out themselves. Like there's so many seats in there. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but you're still sitting in the air, like in the room.
God, are you kidding me? If that's the case, you shouldn't leave your house. You walk out the door, the air.
I leave my house because I'm outside. It's not going to be in the.
You're not outside. You're in the mall. Forever 21, though.
You're walking through the mall with a mask.
Oh my God.
Like, what's the difference between going to Walmart and Forever 21? Nothing. Oh my God.
Exactly.
It's hilarious. I swear. Okay.
Oh, here we go, BigMike. I got you.
Full circle what Josh said. It's about calculated risk and what you're willing to risk. Am I willing to sit in the theater for 3 hours? No. But am I willing to go to the mall and go shopping? Yeah.
Okay. So you want to risk it all for a new top, but not to see a movie, basically.
Maybe if I buy it, because I don't go in there touching on everything. You walk through.
I mean, you said you go in there. It only takes one skirt you'll put on.
I wear gloves. Look how large that store is. And there's the upstairs too.
Well, gloves is the worst. Gloves is now you really messed up.
No, the gloves use other people's stuff. It doesn't give you the stuff.
Did you buy or try on clothes yesterday at this mall?
No, they don't let you try on the clothes at the mall. I've heard at the outlets they let you try on the clothes because my cousin went to Banana Republic and she was able to try things on. But I don't go in there touching on stuff. I see something I like. I hope, and then that's what I get. I'm not in there like touching on everything.
So to Josh's point, why don't you just online shop then?
Because I need to make sure it fits.
So that means you're gonna put it on.
No, I'm not gonna put it on. I'm gonna hold it up and say, like this dress.
And now you're touching it.
Yo, she's hilarious. I swear.
Like, I'm not gonna just buy something based off of a picture. It might not fit.
Listen, I'm not gonna get on the women thing, but I will say this. When I go to the mall with my wife, this is what she do. She's like, oh, that's nice. Oh, look at it. It's a woman thing just to touch everything, man. Oh, this fabric is really good.
Can't be having some cheap. Rub it up against my skin all day.
How about this? Did you go to like a creek or a mountain or something like that? What was that you went to? I saw on your Instagram.
Oh, yeah. I also went kayaking, which was nice. And then I went hiking.
Okay. That's
at
cool.
South Mountain Reservation. That was nice. So I've been trying to do a lot of outside things, outdoorsy things.
Kayaking is pretty safe, I would say. Just you and whoever you were with. So that's pretty good.
It's very safe because even we were social distancing in the kayak because, you know, one person sits in front of the other.
Right.
So, you know, when we're talking, she was talking straight and I'm talking, you know. And we're outside. It was so relaxing. You guys should go kayaking.
When you were in the kayak, did you have a mask on?
No, because we're outside.
So check it out. I've been on a kayak before.
So have I.
You don't have that much space between you and somebody.
Yeah, you do.
Well, if somebody it was behind you and they coughed, it's getting on your back.
That's your back, not your front. Like you got.
So if you go like this, put your hand, wave your hair, mask on your hand.
Oh my god, you guys are funny.
It's gonna go like this.
Look at you touching your face now.
I'm saying you're gonna go like this. They're gonna cough on your back. You're gonna wave your hair, go like that, and then you're gonna go like that.
And you're gonna be sweating too.
Thank you. You're gonna.
It was a nice breeze, and I have my to-go hand sanitizer and my wipes, and it was fine.
But there you go. She talking about if you're in a movie theater and you're way down there, it's the air, and you kayaking and somebody right
back in the kayak, so I was fine. Okay.
That's funny. I'm gonna just say Chloé doesn't like movie theaters because I feel like she's against that.
Yeah. But she's a movie theater person anyway, so I think it goes back to who we are. You know, like I love the movie so much, I'm going. Mike loved the movie so much, but he's gonna make sure he go at certain times.
Yes, I'm going them.
Into the movies anyway, you know.
Yes.
I get it. Like I said, I'm gonna risk it all for the mall. So
you're risking it all for a top. I'm risking it all for the movie, so it works out.
Well, I'm a mall rat too, though. I love going to the mall also. So I love going to dinner, the mall, the movies. You know, so and me, I'm going to the mall. I literally did everything that opened. Like something open. Oh, that's open. I did it.
Now, Chloé, here's what I will say, and I'll talk about this more on our show. All of it is a calculated risk or whatever. New Jersey is now one of the lowest states of getting cases every day. So if you were going to go
through it. This is old news. I said we survived the worst of it. So we're trained for this.
Right. I think no, seriously, I think we are more diligent in doing what we're supposed to do now. I think we kind of like trained our minds. I was telling Tony the other day. So I feel like that we're getting no more than 300-400 cases every day, where other people are getting thousands. So I feel like that, the risk is not as much as it was percentage-wise, say 3 months ago or whatnot.
I agree, which is why I'm okay with going to the mall. I mean, mind you, I was up in Tarjay like once a week anyway. Like I had to be out.
Once a week?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. YOLO. You'll kill Alfred. It's not about you. That's why you listen.
That's great.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
I like that one actually.
Oh, Mike, you gonna love this one. Hold up. Oh, snap.
Did you guys go outside today? It's so hot.
Oh man,
no, I'm not going outside because it's so hot.
Bless you.
Today or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow. I was out yesterday and that was so hot.
Yeah, my wife is actually
I like that one.
Working on the pool right now. She's actually putting in the stuff to clear it up a little bit and running the filter and all that.
No, it's like a heat wave going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. I was trying to ride bikes today, but it's too hot. I'm not
taking my walks today. I ain't taking no chance of being out there in that heat. So
there's an actual heat advisory if you look on the Weather Channel, and they tell you like what not to do and what to do.
Nice.
Which will stay in the air conditioning, and that's what I plan to do.
Me too.
Well, I got so much
I went bike riding already.
I think today I'm going to be doing watching movies or watching Sean Bean and Lord of the Rings, maybe whatever we'll say. So.
Wow.
We live one season.
That one is great, actually. So.
So YOLO. I mean, you gotta live your life.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the point, though. I think they're the governor and the movie theaters. I think they're the ones who are like, they know that people might come in droves or try to anyway. So I think that's why they're staying closed as well. Or whatnot. They're kind of like making people, be safe themselves and stuff like that.
Because there's nothing to do, so you're kind of still forced to be inside. But when things really opening, like Top Off or like Monster Go, I don't know, when all these places start opening, people are going to pack them.
They are.
Well, but remember, the staff is not going to allow them to pack them. Like when I went to Great Adventures, they don't allow you to get in every ride. Like you have to space it. So that's the thing. We keep thinking everybody's going to rush, but there's going to be a limit. You're going to get there and they be like, sorry, we're closed. We reached capacity. The club's been doing it. So, I mean, that's what's happening.
I feel like that's happening.
It depends on the place, Tony. I feel like, it goes back to my point about the restaurants. There's some places who are just breaking the rules because they want the money.
Yeah, and listen, that's just life. I mean, at the end of the day, how many people got a fire stick? Right? So it is what it is. But we can't. You're not gonna Amazon's not gonna say we're not making Amazon Fire Sticks anymore because people are breaking the rules. That doesn't happen. The governor can't say let's not open up things because it's people breaking the rule. Like we're gonna set rules, and then you're gonna be fined if you don't adhere to the rules. That's backwards talk. Like don't open stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Tony. You said he can't say it, but he just did. That's literally why he went back on indoor dining, because he saw that the place that I think I don't know if it was Seaside or whatever beach town, they were packing to capacity. He was like, that was one place. He said no indoor dining. Like he literally changed because of that. Somebody broke the rules.
I will have to hear him. I will have to hear him literally say that, because I feel like you're not going to stop the whole state for one diner. You're going to stop the state because the cases are rising. So you're like, whoa, let's slow down. Maybe we got back up. But one place, that's.
I'll send you the article. I think he's thinking if one place will do it, then a lot of places will do it. I get his mindset.
Well, yeah, but then that goes against your point. But listen, then that goes against your point that restaurants who are chains wouldn't do it because they would be the ones getting fined.
They got more to lose.
Right.
That's why.
But what you're saying actually make it like it doesn't make sense then. Because if he's because the small place that's breaking the rules, if he's gonna shut everything down, then what's the point of looking at it the other way? Because the big chains, they'll follow the rules. You can't have both.
What do you mean? I'm confused with what you're saying now.
You earlier said one reason. You earlier said with the restaurants, the big chains they will open because the big chains are going to follow the rules, right? Because they'll get fined, so they got more to lose, so they're going to follow the rules. But now you're saying that the indoor dining is shutting all down because the smaller chains, which we know isn't more that they don't have more of the little local places than the big places.
Right.
So which one is it?
It's both.
It's both, yeah. I was gonna say it's both, yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about it more later on and whatnot.
Gotcha.
I love it. Good McGregor. Whatnot.
You got another topic, Josh?
No, that was basically it. I mean,
okay. I feel like we're running out with this COVID.
Well, I think on the same token, we were talking about the other day that movie going to Netflix, which is on the same type of topic and stuff like that. The $200 million budget movie going to Netflix and whatnot. And I think it brings it full circle. Like you said, they may be thinking about that more often because of the COVID and stuff like that. Having bigger budget movies on the streaming networks. So I'll say that.
Now I think VR could have a big opportunity here to have essentially a movie theater experience with surround sound, but using VR technology. That could be a great opportunity for them to showcase what they can do.
Yeah, VR might be.
And to build off what you were saying, Josh, so like The Mandalorian, did you guys see? Well, Josh showed me how they did the virtual reality, like the special effects for it.
The world for it, yeah.
So my thoughts are, moving forward, because of the change of the climate, they're going to spend a lot less money on these budgets for movies. They're going to cut costs, and they're going to do it by using technology like the VR. You know, that's the whole experience. And then that Mandalorian technology is freaking crazy. And it couldn't have been that expensive if they have, you know, it on Disney Plus. So like moving forward, these movies like Iron Man and stuff, they're going to be cheaper to make. They're going to be way cheaper to make. So it's not going to be
I always thought the CG and stuff cost more to make than like animatronics and outfits.
they're gonna cut the costs. That's what businesses do.
Also,
change. We're gonna cut costs.
Let's not forget, guys, that a lot of directors, James Cameron being one of them, we can see this with Avatar, right? They would rather do away with actors altogether and just use CGI, which again would be a lot cheaper. Because again, would you rather get Denzel? And Denzel's phenomenal, but his price tag's 20 million plus versus you pay people extra money to work overtime for what, 10 million in CGI? It cost
they still got to hire a voice actor.
Right, and you can hire Denzel for a fraction of the price if he agrees to it, right?
Yeah. Like, look at this technology; it's so dope.
It is. It is. The world they can build off of it is amazing. So, to Chloe's point, I agree with that. Like, if you're spending less, then you can put it out, in different places because you don't worry about the recoup. You put it out more streaming and stuff like that. So, we'll see. But as I said about on the on our chat, it's the experience, like Tony's saying. Like there's a whole theater IMAX experience. Josh knows about this too, that you can't replicate at your house. It's just it's not.
Well, the VR experience is going to be better than in the movie because you're in the movie. That's like saying, "Oh, no one's going to watch 3D." No, watch if the VR thing takes off and they're like, "Oh, sorry, movie theaters are closed," but hey, check out this VR that we made specifically for VR. Just like they make the movie specifically for like 3D, they put certain scenes in
there. Yeah, I guess with VR, because VR has been out for some years now, it just hasn't really got mainstream. Same thing with 3D TVs. But I think they just gonna have to lower the cost. Drop the cost. Like let the PlayStation VR take $100 off. Like if they start dropping the cost and at the same time they start making a lot of movies. Like Chloe said, this was shot in VR, like when they shoot in IMAX and 3D. Then yeah, I can see that.
I can see visually it looking okay, but the experience you can't replicate. Because who's to say Tony's at home with a VR movie and his daughter won't come tap him on the shoulder? You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as like just being in that theater, like you know what I mean. You kind of like by your home.
At the movie theater and start crying, and he's gonna have to leave either way. Okay.
All right, and we can do a little future projecting here. So as we can see, this is a home IMAX theater. Now, again, IMAX just has to do with the resolution, similar to 4K. So as long as the resolution of the screen is the same parameters of IMAX, you'll get the IMAX experience. Obviously, it won't be the same size as a actual IMAX screen. But if you're telling me if you're in this theater and it's literally from ceiling to floor, I don't think anyone's gonna have a problem with that.
I should have said can't replicate, but I mean it's not.
But let me ask you a question: whose home is that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's cost effective to replicate. I should.
But here's the thing: this could be a thing going forward. Just like a couple of years ago, a 65 inch would have been like $8,000. Now it's less than $2,000. So it could be
technology.
The same thing. It's technology. We understand this. Think about external hard drives. 4 terabytes a couple years ago would have been astronomical. Now, a little bit over $100.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but this is different than selling one thing. This is someone coming to your house, ripping walls down, build. Yeah, like if I came to my house, right? Well, I do got my pool room. I guess I could turn into something like that. But not everybody could do that. Not everybody have a free room. They could or not everybody's gonna add an addition to their home or have the land for that.
Right, but it doesn't have to be an addition though.
Because you could just go over your friend's house and got room.
Or some people already have home theaters anyway, right? So some people can be like, you know what? I love film, just like how y'all love film, right? I'm going to invest, and let's be honest, they're going to make it affordable for everyone eventually. So you can have a monthly payment plan, whatever it takes, right? Avengers thing, right? Whatever it takes to get it in there.
I mean, listen, if I had the money and the space, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'll do it easily.
And I'll bet your house. I'll have it.
Yeah. I'll let Mike sit all by himself over there. Chloe sit all by herself over there. Me and Josh should be sitting next to each other, eating our popcorn, like whatever.
Unless they rent out those suits. Maybe you could buy a suit and to go to the movie, everyone has to wear one of those suits.
Oh my God.
But to our original point, fellas, I don't think there's going to be many Forever 21s that can be on par with this, just personally speaking.
I agree.
Have you been to the one in New York?
Again, we can't base it upon the flagship store that's like 3 levels.
Right.
That's not every Forever 21.
It's 3 levels in New York? That's crazy.
5.
Or 4. It's a lot. It's a lot of
And
levels.
it's going to be 5 times as unlikely that's going to be in your local Forever 21.
Definitely. Most malls only got 2 floors. Like, go on.
Eesh.
Anyway, so we're all done, Josh?
Yeah, we're done. About 45 minutes over, but that was fantastic. All right, guys, enjoy your Sunday, and we'll speak to you all soon.